Shalom, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, bishops of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere believers, the hopefully elect, listening and learning. So we're going to jump right into it. Tlaib accuses Biden of supporting genocide of Palestinians, warns, quote, "We will remember in 2024. Now that's basically a threat. When somebody tell you, I got you, I'ma remember that. When they tell you that, that's a threat. That mean, okay, you done did me dirty. I got something coming for you. Just you wait. So they said in 2024, we gonna remember what the Americans have done. And this is piling up. See, because America, they already doing dirt over there. They backing the Israelis. And then people over there getting blown to smithereens, right? They getting blown out to powder. And America is backing them. America sending troops. They sending tanks. They sending jet craft. You know what I'm saying? They sending all kind of aid over there. So they complicit. Mind you, the whole world is against what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. But America is supporting them. You know? In Europe right now, what's going on with Europe? Europe is pretty quiet. You see, Europe is you know, they just like, listen, we don't even got nothing to do with this. Okay, even NATO ally Turkey, they condemning what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. So you already know what's about to happen. Revelation 17:16, the beast shall hate the whore. You know, the beast shall hate the whore. And matter of fact, let me just bring that up real quick. I ain't gonna butcher it. Okay, Revelation 17:16. Bear with me one moment. Because see, what's about to happen, all these wars that America is starting and they backing the opposite side, their own allies is gonna move away from them. This is exactly what's happening right now. Turkey is you know, already there, but soon it's gonna be the European nations, the beast as well is gonna move away. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns, that's referring to NATO and the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. The whore is referring to America, otherwise known as Babylon, or Babylon the Great in the scriptures, okay? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Now, how is America, the whore, going to be burnt with fire? How is this flesh going to be eaten by thermonuclear missiles? Okay, because there's going to come a point where they're going to separate from America. They're going to hate America. Matter of fact, they already hate America. They just haven't made a move to go to the other side yet because it's not the appointed time. But remember last year when the you know, Nord Stream pipeline got blown up, that was a big deal. And behind that, Europe already knew what was going on behind that, but they just waiting for the right time to switch sides. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. Once Iran and China and Russia and North Korea, the kings of the East, once they start sending troops over there in heavy numbers to the Middle East, Europe is going back out. Europe is not going to continue to side with America because really America is the one that's instigating these wars, man. That's why right now Europe is not even really getting involved like that. They just sitting back and they, you know, we don't got nothing to do with this. And they already said if America goes into Taiwan and gets it, you know, get into it with China, they not going over there. Okay, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, they said, listen, we have no business dealing with China and North Korea. Like, you know what I'm saying? We dealing with the North Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going over there. So this prophecy of Revelation 17:16 is about to be fulfilled. All right. But getting into this, you know, it says Biden is basically supporting genocide. OK, let's get into this.
Understand Israel as the racist. I mean, I think it's really important to understand Israel as a racist state and that they would deny Palestinians like my grandmother access to a vaccine.
I mean, this is an apartheid system. I mean,
their homes have been demolished, that they've been targeted, that violence has been met by Israeli-led forces under Netanyahu's racist policies.
On these remarks themselves, some people did something as a reference to 9/11. Do you think she...
And she's speaking facts, because the state of Israel, that's a racist state. That's basically an apartheid, all right, which brothers have been bringing it out, that system over there, it's a very colonial, racist, oppressive system, so that's exactly what's going on. And ultimately, this is why America is the number one target. All right. And again, going back to Europe can see this. Okay. Europe can see that the whole world is against Israel. They're against America. So how would Europe look, being joined to America, if they take the side of America and go up in the Middle East? That ain't a good look. You see, because Europe is already in bad shape. Their resources from Africa is getting cut off. You know what I'm saying? African nations is putting them out, which African nations, they can do that now because they got the support, the backing of Russia. So, it's not like it was, in the 80s and 90s and prior, to where Europe could just go up in Africa and they could threaten and bomb you or knock off your leaders like that and take what they want. No, those days is over. Okay, because now Russia is a guard unto these weaker nations. So if anything pop off, Russia could send them military. Russia is actually training a lot of these African nations, man. So the world is changing right before your very eyes. This Edomite, Amalekite, really Western-led hegemony is coming to an end. Let me read this. Psalms 94 in verse 20, shall the throne of iniquity, which what is that throne of iniquity? What is that throne of sin, wickedness? This is the rulership of Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man. This current setup, this rulership, this is the throne of iniquity. So shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? And they're framing mischief by law. Okay, they're setting up all of these unrighteous decrees. Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All these unjust laws that are oppressing people, killing people. And I'll get into the next article, but America, it pretty much is like, listen, we don't even want no more Palestinians coming up in America. You know what I'm saying? So this is an all-out war of the West against the Muslim world. Verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. And how many civilians are being murdered, put to death in Gaza right now? Countless. Like, you turn on the news or you go online, like, you seeing headless bodies of children. Like, listen, man, regardless if they heathen or not, seeing something like that is just wicked and evil. And once again, America, the whore, they supporting these kind of actions. Here it is, Netanyahu, the state of Israel, they so-called declare war on Hamas, but are they targeting Hamas, or are they killing off innocent women, children, elderly people, and young people? Clearly, the former is what's going on. So it's not about fighting terrorism. It's not about making the world a better and safer place. Nah, man, this is about the same thing that it's always been about. Okay, Esau going in, taking what he want, because the pride of this devil allows him to move in such a way. And ultimately, the Most High has him in that spirit because he's the wicked. Okay, he doesn't know no other way. It tells you in second Habakkuk, the second chapter, in the 5th verse, that he cannot be satisfied. He is as deaf. You see, so it don't matter. Listen, man, Esau literally got the whole earth under his control, but he's still not satisfied. He's still not satisfied. This is why he's trying to bomb them Palestinians, you know what I'm saying? Because they want control of the resources in that land. They want an open port over there, and there's a lot of resources in Gaza that are strategic, they can take advantage of. So this is why that's going on, but it's backfiring on them because the whole world is calling them out for their hypocrisy. Habakkuk 2:16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. So the foreskin of Esau is being pulled back. His foreskin and his shame is being shown because he can't push the narrative of, we looking for weapons of mass destruction, right? Remember during the presidency of George Bush, right? They went up into Iraq looking for what? The narrative was we declare war on these people because they have weapons of mass destruction when there were no weapons of mass destruction found. That was just a false narrative that was pushed to justify them going up in there and taking over the resources of that land, the oil, the opium, okay, different resources that they could capitalize off of. They needed a good reason, a casus belli, to go into there to go into that land and do what they did. Okay. Same thing that they did to Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden, Muammar Gaddafi. Listen, man, we can go on all day about the wicked dealings of the so-called white man. But this is what he's being called out for. Now, as it is written, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So everyone calling this man out. Okay, and his history is filled with nothing but violence, nothing but bloodshed. Okay, when you look at Edomite history, their history is treacherous. Okay, you can't name one instance where so-called white people dealt with the indigenous nations of the earth in any kind of fairness. Okay, all you gotta do is look at what they did to the so-called Native Americans. All right, they came over here, they beguiled them with smooth, slick talk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We just want to come over. We just want to take this piece of land so we can grow and set up. And the cold part about it is the Native Americans actually showed them how to farm the land. They actually showed them what foods and what wild herbs they could take for medicine and stuff. They showed them how to survive. Like the Native Americans set up Esau. And then what did he do? Smiled in their face and stabbed them right in the back, man. Okay, so this is the history of E. This is the legacy of the Edomite. But now the spirit in the earth is against this man. Okay, as it is written, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Okay, and right now the earth is rising up against E. You know how bad that these Iranians and Russians and Chinese, listen, man, do you know how bad that they want to take down America? That's why they sending troops over here to invade quietly. This is happening right now as we speak. There's, thousands of sleeper cells, if not hundreds of thousands, waiting to get busy. Reading on. Let me get a little bit of this article. Social media users recalled after squad member and pro-Palestinian rep Rashida Tlaib released a video demanding President Biden support a ceasefire to stop the genocide of the Palestinian people or face electoral consequences in 2024. And they don't want no peace. They don't want no ceasefire. They actually want the bloodshed. You see, this is what, so you have to understand that these Edomites, their blessing is the sword. So they don't know no other way to live. They can't live in peace. They don't know peace because they wasn't set up to bring peace. All right. Really, the Israelites were set up to bring peace on earth, man. Okay. Through our Lord Yahweh Shai, whom the world called Jesus Christ. These devils, man, they don't have no peace in them. This is why even America, being that America is almost 250 years old, they've been at war for 96, if not 97% of the time. America has known no peace since it's been a nation. So what makes you think that these devils will want a ceasefire? What makes you think that they would want the violence to stop and the bloodshed to cease? They don't want that. The whole reason why they even went up in there and did what they did to them Palestinians is because they want the land. Okay, they want to expel them completely out of that land so they can control it all. All right, they don't want to share the land with the Palestinians. Okay, it's a genocide going on. Tlaib's post on X, formerly known as Twitter, condemned Biden's declaration that the U.S. stands with Israel and opposes a ceasefire, telling him the majority of the American people are not with you on this one. And that's real, because majority of Americans, they not with They don't stand with Israel. As a matter of fact, I was on X today just looking at some news articles, and there was a poll that came out that said I think, what was it? They had like over 50% of Americans agree with Hitler or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them was saying that Hitler was right about the JOOs. All right. So that's the spirit, man. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is putting a different spirit in the earth right now. So, these Edomites, they on the way out. Okay, they time is up. And it's manifest right now. Okay. Yeah, so we pretty much, the point has been made on that. Let's jump here. House Republican proposes bill to expel Palestinians from the U.S. So now, in the wake of this Israel-Palestine conflict, now they want to get all Palestinians out of here. And again, this is the same thing that these devils always do. Okay, whenever they go to war with somebody, whatever citizens of that land that are in America, they either got to quarantine them, deport them, or put them in prison because they fear retaliation and retribution from these certain nationalities. Okay, so Esau is scared as hell right now. He like, listen, we got to get him out of here because, this is a threat unto us now. But they caused the threat. Goddamn hypocrite. Palestinians could be banned from entering the U.S. and those who are already in the country could be at risk of being expelled under a new bill proposed by Republicans this week. Republican Ryan Zink introduced the Safeguarding Americans from Extremism Act on Thursday. So you see how they can just pass whatever type of laws and acts that they want to push, right? Whenever it benefits them. They can drop a law at the drop of a dime if that's what they want to do, right? But certain things when it comes to, bettering the economy and reparations for Jake, they can't do that though, right? But they can create any type of law. They can pass any act with no type of resistance. You see that? So, hey, man, as the scriptures say, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Okay, the hypocrite is about to be taken out of power. It says, so this is the new act, Safeguard Americans from Extremism Act. Okay, and anyone that is against their narrative or their agenda, you're an extremist. Okay, just like they have labeled the Hebrew Israelites extremists. Okay, we are a danger unto the government. Okay, we are extremists because we speaking the truth, because we speaking against the rulership of Esau Edom. This man got to demonize us, and also the famine of the word is coming. All right, where we not going to be prophesying no more. These videos not going to be going up. As many brothers, including myself, videos are being taken down, channels being deleted. All right, and I was watching one brother video today. He actually said that there's a limit now to how many videos that you can upload a day. So even brothers that are, very high volume with the videos, they may upload 2, 3, 4 videos a day. All that's about to stop. Okay, because they don't want us, on these platforms, speaking the truth, man. They don't want us bringing out an alternative narrative. So what they're going to have to do, and we've been telling you for a long time, they're going to have to shut down the internet. Okay, they going to have to straight up, ban brothers from even speaking this word, which that's going to lead into Amos 8 and 11, the famine of the word. Okay, so you're not going to be hearing these words no more. You know what I'm saying? And really, if you don't have the understanding now, when this internet is shut off and understanding is gone, and when all hell breaks loose, if you don't got this truth and understanding now, you're not even going to know where to look when all hell start breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to know what to do. So just, this is why we tell you to, get it while the getting is good, man. Because, hey, you ain't about to be hearing brothers speak for too much longer. You know what I'm saying? They going to start coming for brothers, throwing us in jail, putting us to death, all kind of stuff, man. So, and then just as easy as they can pass a bill like this, they can pass an act to say, now we're going to exterminate all those who are against our will. So just start, going house to house, rounding them up. Listen, man, they can put these things into effect out of nowhere in an instance on Thursday, seeking to prevent Palestinian terrorists from entering the country by halting the Department of Homeland Security from issuing visas or granting asylum to individuals seeking to enter the country with a Palestinian Authority passport. So now they banning Palestinians from coming into America. But while they doing that, this is what's going on. Okay, look at this. Illegals caught with explosives tailored for terrorism have GOP raising new alarms on Biden's risky border policies. So they banning Palestinians, but they got all these special interest aliens coming over the border. They have found with weapons and explosives. Okay, so these sleeper cells, man, they about to take it to Esau. They about to get busy, and you about to see a mass explosion of terroristic events happen in America like never before. Okay, going into 2024, man, we've been telling you for the longest time, but it's all about to go down now because the vision is for an appointed time, and that appointed time is right now. All right, the days of peace and safety and comfort and being able to wake up and walk outside and you feel like you safe, you know, anything go wrong, you know what I'm saying, you can just call police. Listen, man, them days about to be over. Okay, we are in a time of great danger. The scriptures say in the last days shall come perilous times. Okay, we are in the midst of danger. Let me read this in Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So the time that we're in is the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, you gonna be seeing all kind of madness go on. People losing their minds. A lot of people gonna be unalive, dropping dead. Okay, you're gonna have terrorist attacks all over the place. We coming into a time where you're gonna step outside and it's gonna be an ambulance running down the street every 2 minutes. It's gonna be chaotic, man. Okay. After this 45-day government shutdown period, they not gonna keep this government running because they're gonna be in a time of war. All the money that they getting, they gonna have to put that towards the war effort. They're not going to have all this extra money to be put into a social program. So a lot of people is about to lose, man. Okay, a lot of people is about to be cut off from this system. And what's going to happen from that? Chaos, which goes into what? The Hegelian dialectic, order out of chaos, pressure from above and pressure from below. So you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. All of what's about to happen is being set up. This is why Biden has allowed all of these people to come over the border. All right. And these people that have been found with explosives and all these things, the government is complicit with this. They actually know that people are coming over here with these things, man. They actually gave the order for them to come over with these things because they want to implode America from within so that they can, in their mind, set up their NWO. So we see everything that's unfolding right now. All right. 4 Republican senators warned that the current administration's border policies show that President Joe Biden isn't willing to protect the homeland. And why would he be? Joe Biden is not worried about America, man. See, he's not working for the American people. He's working for the elites. And this is the will. This is the will of the elites. OK, he's in their pockets. So, of course, he's not worried about protecting the homeland. See, they, and this is what a lot of these Edomites have now realized. They've realized that their own politicians that they so-called voted for have sold them out to the elites. Joe Biden don't give a damn about you. You see, he's old as hell, probably gonna die soon. He's just like, hey man, I'm in this position to do the will of the elites, and they're paying him well to do so. Ricketts said the lack of border security meant that the U.S. was opening ourselves up for a terrorist attack. And Barrasso noted that an unstated number of immigrants had been taken into custody with explosive devices tailored for terrorism. It wasn't just the other day. They said they caught 18 Iranians with, there were special interest aliens according to them, but they released them back into America. They ain't lock them up. They ain't hold them enough, and they just took them in and released them back out. So again, this shows you that what's being done to America is deliberate. All right, an invasion of America is underway. Purge election year. Listen, man. We've been telling you this all about to go down. Okay, stuff about to get critical out here. And if you ain't got your how about Shem Shai, you gonna perish in what's coming. Okay, we coming into a time where food is gonna be scarce. These supermarkets are gonna be shut down. You're gonna be having armed guards outside of the supermarkets, outside of people's residences. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's about to be a very chaotic time. And only the Lord can get you through these things, man. Nothing carnal or nothing of this world is going to be able to help you when all hell breaks loose. This is what we continue to tell you. Salakia Cornyn noted the importance of trade between the U.S. and Mexico for the economy, but added that the problem is President Biden has outsourced our immigration policy to criminal organizations. You see that? So President Joe Biden has outsourced our immigration policy to criminal organizations. So what did that mean? That means that the cartel is involved. Okay. Mexican cartels, South American cartels, they're in America. That's basically what she's saying. So again, this is deliberate. What's being done is purposeful. You see, this is the devil that we dealing with, man. You see, Esau, when he can't deceive you no more, his last ditch effort to keep control is the sword. You see, because that's his blessing. See, all he knows is the sword. Really, Esau only tries to be diplomatic because it makes him look sophisticated. But really, this man is the devil. Okay, he's the brute beast. All he knows is the sword. How did he get everything that he has? By the edge of the sword. So that's his last resort. That's what he's gonna resort back to, because that's his blessing. That's all this man knows. Okay. They don't really know who these people are. Referring to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, they certainly don't know who the gotaways are. More than 1.5 million, maybe approaching 2 million people who have been detected on cameras and other sensors, but who have evaded Border Patrol. Cornyn suggested that many of the so-called gotaways run from law enforcement because they're smuggling illegal drugs like fentanyl into the country. So you got all kind of stuff that's going on with this border crisis, man. All right. And just a few years ago, Trump was like, we got to build a wall. Okay. Trump got out of office. Now they just letting people in freely by the hundreds of thousands, by the millions. Okay. And this is putting hell on the American citizen. Okay. Resources about to be stretched thin, or not even about to be. Right now, they are stretched thin. All right. And what's going to happen when these government subsidies are shut off, when the U.S. government shuts down again? Hey, we telling you, man, get yourself right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's all that matters. See, that's all that matters, man. Okay, everybody can see that America is done. Okay, the scriptures tell you that Babylon cannot be healed. And let me get that real quick. Bear with me one moment. Yeah, man, people think, people still holding on to some kind of hope that, America can bounce back and this place can be great again. But nah, the glory days of America are long gone. Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heavens. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed? So no balm or ointment or healing agent can be applied to the wound that America has. This thing is only growing larger and festering into a greater, more open sore. All right, so the people that are in power, the Edomites, okay, they are not wise or prudent rulers, because they think by doing these things that they're hastening their agenda for NWO. But you see, The scripture says that the wicked shall do wickedly and none of the wicked shall understand. So while they're busy doing all their wickedness and they think that this is the best interest for them, because the devil knows that he has but a short time, so he coming down with that great wrath. But all he's doing is forwarding his own destruction and not even knowing it. So the Most High got Esau in a trick bag. All right.
Armed and threatening, this is the face of Israeli settler violence in the occupied West Bank. It's these acts of aggression which are chasing Palestinian families out of their homes. Piece by piece, Palestinians in the village of Khirbet Zannuta pack their lives away, never to return. The settlers come at night while we're sleeping. They beat us and try to kill us. They try to force us out of our homes. I can't sleep anymore. I'm too afraid. Families in this village, once home to some 140 Palestinians, tell us they have been left with no choice but to flee their homes. What's happening now is another Nakba, a catastrophe. I'm 60 years old. I've lived here my entire life. And despite the fact that settlements in the occupied West Bank are considered illegal by many in the international community, they continue to grow and expand with the backing of Israeli authorities. We inherited this land from our forefathers. We've lived here for generations. Now it's only getting worse. The war in Gaza has only encouraged the settlers.
Now we know that them Palestinians, those are the Arabs. Okay, that's the seed of Ishmael. They don't belong over there. That's really our land. All right, but for the sake of prophecy, these things are going down as they are. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately the land needs to be cleansed of the heathen before we can return. You see? So this is why them Palestinians is getting bombed. You know, this is why the Israelis are doing what they doing unto Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to, grow into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the battle of Armageddon. This is what this is all leading to. These are the beginning stages of the Third World War. You know what I'm saying? So we can look at these things and objectively differ and decipher through the spirit what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? The Western media don't really sway our opinion either which way. You know what I'm saying? We can just use it to plug it back into prophecy. But ultimately, the Palestinians and the Israelis, both of those nations are going to be destroyed out of that land. You know what I'm saying? So we can return. Okay? Because the time of the Gentiles trotting down our land is at an end. You know, this is why neither of these nations can have peace. Ever since the Israelis got over there in the 1940s, there ain't been no peace in that land. And now it's come to a climax. Now it's come to all-out war. And neither side is willing to negotiate or back down or compromise. So this is how you know that we at the end. And that really, this is the end of the world. Okay, this is the end of this age, you know, and the beginning of the kingdom of the Israelites. Okay, starting with Yahweh Shai, you know, the 144, the apostles, disciples, King David. You know, this current setup is done. It ain't nothing left in this man. You know, everybody is through.
According to Israeli rights group B'Tselem, at least 15 Palestinian farming communities have been forcibly displaced since October 7th.
The real thing that is influencing the life of Palestinians here is the outpost up there.
Yehuda Shaul, an Israeli human rights activist, says encroachments on Palestinian land are rapidly advancing. And personal attacks in the occupied West Bank have only intensified.
The next stage is not only attacking Palestinians when they're out in the field, going into the communities, into the homes, burning houses, slashing water tanks, beating up people, threatening women, children, elderly. And the result of it is what you see in front of your eyes.
So complete hell and no end in sight. 2 Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, These are part of the signs. Okay. Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? You see, all these heathen are raging because they are fighting for vanity. Okay, the Palestinians and the JOOs, they fighting in the land really over vanity because none of them belong over there. You see, that's our land that they fighting over. So all they fighting over is vanity. They fighting over land that don't belong to neither of them, and they both gonna lose at the end of the day. But right now they're raging. You know what I'm saying? There's a full on war that's going to escalate into a larger conflict. You see, and we don't got nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing to do with what them JOOs and the Palestinians got going on, man. See, we, you know, so all we gotta do is just sit back and watch, because ultimately we're gonna be delivered and we're gonna be placed back where we belong, and they're gonna be displaced and be our servants at the end of the day. That's what's coming. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And we're seeing all of that going on right now. Uproars of the people, protest here, protest there, uprising here, uprising over there, war here, you know, rumors of war. You know what I'm saying? All these things is a manifestation, a sign of the end. Verse 4, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is manifest right now with all of the signs of the times that you see. And this is why, as the prophets, as the watchmen for the house of Israel, you know, we got to come out and give you the real rundown, the real breakdown of what's going on, because you ain't going to get it from nowhere else. Okay, you ain't going to get it from the Christian church. You ain't going to get it from the Western media. Okay, you got to come underground to the prophets and get the real deal. You see, you know, bringing it back to the scriptures, man, because really that's the foundation. You see, but yeah, you know, it's time for us to, you know, high time for our people to wake up out of sleep, you know, come back unto your true power, which is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And come out of this world, because, you know, as you can see, this world is done. It ain't nothing left here. You know, whatever career that you got houses, you got possessions, you about to lose all of that. Okay. And then all that's going to matter when the smoke clears is what you have done for the Lord. Okay, what you have done for the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. And hey, if you ain't got no works stored up in heaven, you're going to be condemned right along with the world when this judgment is set to come. All right, let me get this last one and we can close out. Okay, y'all may have seen this already, but Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo crash. Systems down and direct deposits fell. You know, now I seen this because I was using my banking app today, you know, to see you know, what was going on with some money, and I got that alert. So in the spirit, we already know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? This whole financial system, this thing going down. Okay, and they're gonna induce this. Okay, and it's not a coincidence that these things are happening in the midst of a world war. And remember earlier this year when all them banks, you know, the bigger banks were buying out the smaller banks, and certain banks were just collapsing out of nowhere. Well, it's all coming to a realization that there's about to be a new system, that there's going to be a big crash. Now, we don't know when it's going to be. It could be, you know, later on this year going into 2024 or early 2024. We don't know. We just got to watch. But that MOTB is about to come into the picture, man. All right. So, hey, prepare yourself for this. You know, we just got to keep an eye on these things and see how they develop. But through the spirit, we already know how these things are going to play out in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson here. Hopefully it was edifying and informative through the Rakah Kedash. In closing, call Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kedash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the sincere believers, the elect. Kum Yasha Allah DTA and the Bible Ball. Shalom.